As we come to the end of the year, I find it really useful to focus on the 3 questions that I'm about to share, which can help me refocus on the incoming year and help me identify the areas that I want to focus on. At the end of the video, I'll tell you how you can join me in a live training where we're going to be exploring steps that you can take to make 2024 the best it can be. In the session, we'll explore strategies that can help you deal with the challenges you're facing and strategies to support your healing if you have conditions like ME, CFS, chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, long COVID, and related conditions. At the end of the video, I'll also tell you how you can find out more about the resilience group coaching that's going to be starting soon. So let's start with these 3 questions. I invite you to reflect on these questions. It's important to explore these questions without self-criticism or judgment. The first question is, what were the highlights and successes? It can be useful to look at your photos, your calendar. If you post on Facebook or Instagram regularly, then check those out to get reminders. I often forget stuff that I did in the year. Think about your successes. These might be times where you responded to challenging situations in resourceful ways. Maybe you worked on some behaviour traits that you knew were getting in the way of your recovery. People pleasing, overachieving, perfectionism, impatience. Maybe you worked on establishing a new habit. Maybe you used some mind-body techniques, somatic exercises, brain training, meditation, or other techniques. Consider what positive impact your actions had in terms of your health and well-being and the progress you've made. It's really important to acknowledge successes, no matter how small, as these are evidence of your ability to influence your health and well-being. And if you ignore them, then you are creating a picture that is bleaker than it actually is. Okay, it's important to acknowledge our highlights because this is going to inform what is important to you and what you want more of. So pause the video now if you wish and just write some things down, or I'll put these questions below the video so you can revisit them when you're ready. So the second question is, what were the challenges? Briefly reminding us of challenges can be helpful as long as we don't relive the pain of them in too much detail. We want to reflect on what we can learn from these experiences and consider what we might do differently in the future. Consider what situations or people were challenging. For some people, dealing with a dip or setback can be challenging. For example, recently I added stress to my life because I didn't do enough planning around doing a webinar on the topic of making stress your ally that I did with Dr. Eleanor Stein. It resulted in it being a bit last minute. To be fair, that's partly because I kept having new ideas to make what I wanted to talk about better, and it did go well. So I will be posting that video soon, so do subscribe if you want to be notified when that video goes live and of other content. Maybe you tried certain approaches but they didn't give you the results you wanted. So pause the video if necessary and write some things down in terms of what were the challenges that you faced in 2023. The third question is, where am I right now? It can be really useful to get clear on where we are in terms of seeing the gap between where we are now and where we want to be. You might find it useful to do the audit training to get a sense of some of the areas that can influence your health and well-being, so you can identify some action steps. If you need help with identifying action steps, then join me for the live session. See the information below, or send me your questions if you can't make the live session. To access the audit training, click the link below. So reflecting on these questions can be helpful in order to help you focus on the incoming year. So those questions again: 1, what were the highlights, successes? Question 2, what were the challenges? Question 3, where am I right now? So reflecting on these questions can be helpful in order to help you focus on the incoming year. So I'm going to be doing a live training on the topic of making 2024 the best it can be on Thursday the 4th of January. I'll be exploring steps you can take to make 24 the best it can be. In the process, we'll have some fun together. In that session, we'll explore strategies that you can develop to help you deal with the challenges that you are facing. We'll look at strategies to support your healing. Often I'll work with someone and we identify a really small strategy that they can do easily, which can have a big impact. For example, just under a year ago, I started working with someone who was in a really bad place. And I shared a really simple exercise for them to do because they were very limited in their capacity. They found the exercise and the coaching we did helpful, and they're doing really well now. They're now focusing on their future. So click the first link below to find out how you can join me for the Making 2024 the Best It Can Be live training, or to catch the replay. To find out more about the resilience group coaching, click the second link below. So I'd love to know what your takeaway from this video is. So do leave a comment. Do subscribe and hit the notifications button to be alerted to when I post new videos. If you'd like more tips, join my Facebook group, again, link below. Thanks for watching. Keep going. You've got this. Wishing you great health. Bye for now.